Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. This is Amy from With Love by Amy, and today we are going to use one stamp set and one extra die and an embossing folder to make this video game inspired card that is kind of like just stretching my creativity, because I had to look at my supplies in a unexpected way when making this card, just to see what else I could do with them, because I wanted to do something outside of the order. Hi, Editing Amy here. I just realized that if you don't have the die that I made the small donkey out of, you can make you can draw a big one and you can make this into an A2 size card. I drew this one a long time ago for a bigger regular pinata card, but you can do this as well to put on the front of a card, or just to make your whole card this shape. If you want to make it the whole card, you just put this as the fold of your card. And this is how I store all my templates that I make. These are album pages for 4x6 photos, and I just store all these things in here. Like, I have one for a coffee mug. You can cut out the coffee mug cup and a bunch of other stuff, and that's how I fold it. If you do decide to do this, you're going to need to cut it out 2 times with the purple, 1 time with dark blue, and 1 time with light blue, because when you do the blue for the legs, then you can do the rest of the body there for that dark blue. And then there's your light blue, and you can finish it up with the purple and the purple. I did make the background of this whole donkey purple, so I mean, it's up to you. I have seen several different versions of this donkey when I googled, Fortnite donkey. So yeah, if you share this on social media, let me know. I would love to see your creations. All right, so off camera, I did die cut all the shapes that I would need with this donkey. I think I accidentally ended up with a couple extra colors in there because I wasn't 100% sure what I was going to use. So we are going to trim them to where we think they need to be. I did end up, after the beginning, you saw where my editing self came in and showed a sketch of what the donkey was supposed to look like with the colors and where they're supposed to be, because I had to keep going back and looking at the picture online, which was really a pain. I am not a video game player, so this was not something that was inherent knowledge for me. My kids do play this game, and once I was done with the whole card, I showed it to them and I was like, guys, do you know who this is? And they said yes. So apparently I did a good representation of what it's supposed to look like. And I was honestly just winging it here because I was not sure it was going to turn out good, but I had previously tried to make this. Oh, here's my sketch. This is where I started doing the sketch because I was tired of stopping the recording and Googling it on my phone and coming back to it. So first thing we're going to do here is chop off the legs of the blue donkey, the dark blue donkey, and then we're going to glue them onto the purple donkey because, yeah, and of course I haven't crafted for a few days, so my glue is clogged. Pause, and let's fix that. All right, let's try this again. We got our little blue legs on there now, and then we're going to do the purple, which is the next color, and I'm kind of dry fitting it basically to see how it is. And the fringe needs to be really short, and the glued on part needs to be really short because we need to get several different colors layered up on here. And like I said, I'm just playing it by ear with this one. I'm just trying to see how it'll turn out. I previously made a card like this, but I did it differently and it didn't work well. So this is much better of a way to do this than try to just do strips gluing it across. If you've cut the donkey out in numerous different colors that you want to use, it works way better. So here we are doing this one, and it's kind of cool to leave the donkey as whole as it needs to be and then just trim off the part you don't need. So that was a win for me, in my opinion, was leaving the donkey as whole as it could be and then just doing the fringe cut and then trimming it down so you have a little border to put the glue on. And then, all right, so we're going to glue that dark blue strip down. And then the next color is going to be the light blue one. And we're going to just kind of place the light blue donkey over the whole card thing. And we're literally just eyeballing it. I'm not measuring anything. I'm not trying to be super scientific or anything. And we're going to trim the top part. And we're going to do the fringe cut. And of course, not the whole donkey is going to be that blue. So we're going to trim the top part of the donkey off as well after we get it all cut, and we're going to layer that on. And based on the photos I saw, there was a little strip of purple along the top of the donkey. So I don't think I get film of that, but like that strip there, I actually do end up gluing back on the donkey's back at some point, and we're going to cut the fringe there for the neck. Based on the photos, the neck is the highest part of the fringe. There's no neck, there's no fringe on the donkey's actual head. So yes, I'm trying to be super scientific here, but yeah. So we do try to make it look a little straight, do the best we can, and we're going to fluff up the little fringe here a little bit and make it look more pinata-y, fringy. I don't know. It's cute though, I like it. I just wish I would have noticed beforehand that I did not get the rows straight. Like, what was I doing? I didn't notice that till I started editing. But now we're going to use a black marker. I just grabbed a Sharpie because I couldn't find my Olo markers. And we are going to draw his little hooves on. And I'm going to go around the outside edge of the cardstock as well, so it just looks finished, so you don't see any of that dark blue from the front of the little donkey. And then after we are done, we are going to draw a little mouth. And if you start small, you can draw it bigger if you want it to be bigger, but you can leave it small if you want. And I'm going to leave it kind of small because based on the photo, the donkey has a halter on, and it's kind of, and then it has a giant eyeball, like one giant, kind of almost looks like a googly eye type of thing, but it's not. So I just took a random small white circle, and I'm going to put a black dot in it to make it look authentic, like the character or whatever it is. I don't know. Mascot? I have no clue. But I'm also going to punch or die cut out the little halter thing that comes with this stamp and die set. However, it does not, on the actual character, it doesn't have the 3 pieces for the halter. So I'm going to do a little alteration of the halter once we get it all punched out and stuff. I did put the eyeball down so that we could see where everything needed to go. And there, I'm going to alter the halter, and then we're going to do, I don't know that I got any footage of the halter, but we're going to just get this done. And then the donkey has like a little, kind of looks like a map or something. I couldn't really tell what it was exactly, attached to its back. So after I did that, my daughter told me it should have been an arrow, because I guess some versions of the donkey have an arrow. I don't know. This is what I saw the most of, so I did that. But once I Googled it with her, I saw the arrow she was talking about. And then for the background of the card, I'm going to do this Vine Street embossing folder. And I want it to be green, but not all green. So I'm going to run this ink pad. This is a ink pad from Catherine Pooler. I think it's, I don't remember what the heck green it's called. But, yeah, if I had my notes in front of me, which I should. It is, I don't know what it is. Sorry. Lime Ricky, that's what it's called. And I'm going to spritz the back of it with my little water mister. We're going to put it in the embossing folder and emboss it. And then when it comes out of the embossing folder, it's not the result I was looking for. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip it over, and we are going to run that same ink pad over the other side of the embossed card panel. See, not all is lost when things don't turn out the way you expect in card making. This is already turning out to be more of the result I was looking for, as opposed to the way it looked with the other side. There's a time and place for the other side, the way the other side turned out, but that wasn't what I was looking for today. So you always can flip it over and try the other side with the card making. There's 2 sides to a piece of paper. All right, so I needed something to set the little donkey on, so I decided to use Gina K Master Layouts 8, and this circle it has like stitching around the outside of it, so I thought it was pretty cool. And we're going to pop the donkey onto like a bluish green piece of cardstock that is that circle, and we're going to use glue squares, foam squares, to pop it up a little bit, and we're going to cut some of them in half to just fit on his little legs and stuff. He's pretty cute, I will say. It's a cute little donkey. I like making cards with this stamp set. It makes really fun cards. All right, so we're going to position this, and then after all this, we're going to do the greeting, but don't do my mistake here. So I secured this down to the card panel. Look at me do this. And then I made the sentiment. The sentiment almost wasn't going to fit because I put that circle too low. So I should have done the sentiment first, made sure the sentiment fit first before I put that on, because it almost did not fit. You'll see me doing some creative cutting on the sentiment strip after we make it. But we also did do some stamp surgery, because we are going to use that Let's Party sentiment, but I want it to go across the bottom of the card as opposed to up and down stacked like it is. So we are going to do some creative stamp surgery, which I don't think I got on camera because it was kind of tricky, because the words were pretty close together. So I didn't get a good recording of doing the stamp surgery, but I kind of just like pulled the stamps apart. That's what they look like after. And now we're going to stamp them on a strip of white cardstock in the Misty. And I know that the words are different sizes, but I feel like it doesn't really matter. It's kind of fun. We're going to use VersaFine Onyx Black ink. And it does work the best, in my opinion, to use precision scissors like the Cutter Bee ones that I have. Those work pretty good to do stamp surgery. And if I decide I want to use them stacked like they came in the package, I can always just stack them back up when I line them up on the Misty next time I use them. And, you know, I cut them strategically, kind of like in a weird puzzle shape, sort of. So it'll be nice and easy to line them back up properly. We are going to trim the sentiment strip down, and I'm going to show you how to cut it into, I think it's a banner end, which you'll also see me try to fix my mistake of not measuring the space that I had before I made the sentiment strip. All right, so I'm holding this, the strip is 1 inch wide. So I'm drawing a mark, a little dot, about 1/2 inch down or so, and in the very middle, so at a 1/2 inch. And we're just going to cut from the edges out to that little dot. And I like to cut a little bit past the dot so it cuts the dot off. But we're going to have to do some little creativity here after I do this, because, see, there's a little bit of white space at the top and the bottom. I would have loved to leave it that way, but off camera I checked and it did not fit in the space we had. So here we are fixing it all up. And let's try this, see if this actually works. Yep, it fits, just barely. I should have done the sentiment first. But we're going to trim it down a teeny tiny bit more just to make it fit a little bit better, so there's a little bit of the background showing, maybe just a little. All right, that works. Good enough. We're going to put some foam dots on it and foam squares. They're not dots. I don't know what I'm thinking. They're foam squares. But we're popping some foam squares on the back of that, and we're going to pop it up just like, oops, and I bumped into the camera. I need to get a better setup for my camera. I keep bumping into it. I bumped into it like 3 times. All right, there we go. And I just glued it onto a card panel, an A2 size card panel, which is 4 1/4 by 8.5 inches, or 5.5 inches. Here is the final card. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.